Yo, royals from the motherland. You won't believe this. 4 men just got jailed in Kenya for smuggling ants. Yes, you heard me right. Ants. Not gold, diamond, or even cocoa. Ants.
A court in Kenya has sentenced 4 men to 1 year in prison or to pay a fine of over $7,000 each for trying to smuggle thousands of live giant African harvester queen ants out of the country.
And not 5 or 20. 5,000 of them. They had 5,000 of them. And this right here seems to be the wildest wildlife crime story of the year. Let's get into it. A court in Kenya has sentenced 4 men to 1 year in prison or a fine of $7,700 each for trying to smuggle thousands of live queen ants out of the country. First of all, 5,000 live ants, 5,000. Where were they even keeping them? I mean, how do you store 5,000 live ants? Where were they keeping them? Is it in plastic containers? A suitcase? I have questions, bro. I have questions. So here is what went into it. 2 of the guys, Belgian teenagers, just 19 years old, said they were collecting the ants as a hobby. A hobby? Bro.
2 of the men are Belgian teenagers who said they were collecting them as a hobby and didn't think it was illegal.
I've heard of stamp collecting, snakers, even bottle caps, counters. But ant smuggling, that is new. I mean, I have never heard of that in any part of the world, that people were smuggling ants. Ants, anyidi, in 30 years. They were busted in Nakuru County, which, by the way, is a beautiful region with national parks. So, instead of admiring nature, wildlife, and other things, these dudes were scooping up queen ants, valuable ones at that. Not just any ordinary ant, but valuable queen ants, the red ones. And that is why it is serious. These weren't random ants. They were large red harvester ants, native to East Africa.
5,440 giant African harvester ant queens in modified test tubes and syringes.
The Kenya Wildlife Service says they had both ecological and economic importance. They have ecological and economic values. Now, here is something a lot of people don't know. In many African countries, including Ghana, where I come from, and in Kenya, queen ants are edible. We eat them. In fact, we chop them. After the rains, people collect them, roast them, and eat them. They are highly proteinaceous, crunchy, and even considered a delicacy. So, these ants are more than just insects. They are a part of our culinary culture and biodiversity. Smuggling them means you are not just breaking the law, you are stealing nature and culture. But here is the twist. There's apparently a growing market for ants. Collectors in Europe and Asia are buying these ants like they are exotic pets.
Authorities said the insects were destined for collectors in Europe and Asia.
It's like Pokemon in real life. The court didn't go easy on them at all. 1 year in prison, or you pay a fine of $7,700. Let me convert $7,700 into Ghana cedis. I mean, that's a lot of money. So either you pay $7,700 or you go to jail. Even their lawyers said they couldn't argue because the laws are clear. Kenya is protecting its biodiversity, and honestly, that is fair.
When the statute prescribes a specific minimum amount, the court cannot go lower than that amount. So even if we went to the Court of Appeal, the court is not going to revise that. It's either going to change law or revise law. So the best option, if it's your child, you'd work really hard to have them back home with you than being in prison. Yeah, so we'll try our best to have them. We need them back to school. We need them back to their lives.
This whole story got me inspired. I am working on a new documentary diving into the world of queen ants, from their role in African traditions to their surprising value in global markets. You will see how something so small can carry such big meaning. So, Royals of the Motherland, like this video, share, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. The full Queen Ants documentary is coming soon, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. This is Joe from Bold Narratives TV. Respect nature, respect culture, and don't smuggle ants. Thank you, and see you later. God bless.